Welcome back to the Black Freckles Sports Show, the best damn new sports show on the internet. I got Cam in the building again. We got a lot to talk about. It was an interesting night last night for the Lakers in old King James, man. I don't even know where to start, bro.
Emphasis on old King James.
Man, he did look like old King James last night, bro. My dog missed he didn't even miss it. He didn't even attempt a wide open dunk last night. He was going to give you the LeBron reverse too on it too, bro.
Hey, I'm sitting there watching it with my girl and I told her, I'm like, hey, LeBron don't miss that dunk. Like, this is all of year 20 Bron right now.
Hold up, man. I got that. Hold up.
Yes, bro.
That's what he was finna do. That's what he was finna do, bro.
Yes,
that's what he was finna do, man. So, with that being said, the theory that I had, where I said they essentially won game one, so they're going to lose game two, is to me how they lost and why they lost game two. They lost game two on some... Honestly, they really lost it similar to game one on some, like, you had that game. Mm-hmm. So you can't have that game, and then find a way to have 4 games. I know they say that the series doesn't start until the road team wins. Every home team is undefeated in the playoffs this year except for the Celtics. But I'm going to go ahead and say what needs to be said here, which is the truth. This series is over.
I feel like that was a lot of people going into this. Like you and I said, if they don't win game two, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
And I feel that way more so than ever.
Yeah. Because of how they lost.
And because of how they lost. And that goes to what you said. Like, you were like, last game, or the first game, they had 40 from AD, right? And you were like, can you really expect AD to get 40 game, ball back to back? And no, the answer is no, you cannot.
And you needed it.
And you needed it. You needed 40 from AD. Like, as a matter of fact, actually, you didn't need 40 from AD.
No,
you needed
no.
25.
Yes, and you didn't get it.
From AD, and you didn't get that.
And the crazy thing about it is AD didn't even have a horrible game, bro.
No, he just didn't have 25.
Exactly. The issue was the shooting, and I think Murray had 23 in the fourth. That's tough. In the fourth, I said, Cam. He didn't just have 23. He had it in the fourth, bro.
Yeah, Jamal Murray went off. Like, him and Jokic went off. Like, they both had crazy games. But, like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that could have went into why the Lakers lost. But offense is one of those things. We got to check the rebounding stats because you know how that be.
Yep, the Nuggets won 49-40 in rebounds. All right, so the Nuggets were 5.5 favorites last night, and they won by 5. So it pretty much went exactly the way that Vegas figured it would go. The Lakers are in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. It wouldn't be crazy to blame both of these losses on LeBron.
No, it wouldn't be. And more so this one than the last one.
Definitely.
Because
definitely.
If you didn't like that shot he took at the end of the game in the last game,
he
the
gave
shots that he took in this game. Bruh.
And this is why I always attack this. LeBron has this high basketball IQ. He was consistently pulling threes last night, and the game was on the line, and he wasn't hitting none of them, bro.
Nathan, I just don't understand what the ideology behind shooting was after what we saw in the first game.
I don't either, man. LeBron had 22, Reeves had 22, AD had 18, and then Hachimura had 21. Hachimura was pretty much the team.
Reeves and Hachimura, like I was saying the last time, those was gonna be what you needed, but you needed that 30 and potentially 30 again from AD and LeBron.
AD gotta have 30.
For sure. If he's
you know what I'm
best
saying?
Player, he gotta have
30. Yes. Like 40 is we gotta win the game if he got 40.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the game they definitely should have won.
I can't speak on it enough. If they won game one and then game two went exactly how it went last night, everybody would be like, the Lakers are in a great spot. Like, I was talking to my dog Timbo. We did like a little pregame show yesterday. I haven't posted it, but it's kind of hard to post just a pregame show because the game comes on right after that, you know. But my whole point when I was talking to him, he was saying the Lakers are good, the Lakers are good, the Lakers are good. And I said, I'm sorry, bruh, but the way that they lost game one screams we're going to lose game two.
Yeah. In the words of the illustrious Migos, you niggas in trouble.
Like, for real, bruh. For real, they in trouble, bruh. They're in big trouble.
Yeah.
And LeBron looked dejected last night when the game was over. He looked defeated when he was walking off the court like on some... he looked hurt. Like, that's how he looked when they left the court last night. Yeah. He looked like, man, fuck. He looked like we really needed that one.
Yeah, AD too. Shit, I was watching the post.
I didn't see it.
I was watching the post game, and it looked like, you know, LeBron has been a media darling for years, right? Like, he knows how to sit in the meetings, except for when at the end of that Miami series when he called all of us broke. Like, that was the whole time. Hey, y'all niggas gotta go to work tomorrow. which is one of the most gangsterish things you can say at the post game. But we've never really seen LeBron get out of character like that. Yeah. And when, you know, he chucked the deuce with the briefcase, but he usually takes post game shit pretty well. So
what did LeBron say last night?
He was just talking about, you know, Jokic was making good shots. Like, these are things that we gotta, you know, kind of deal with, go in the next game. They asked him about that dunk because they was like, hey, we saw you kind of fumble that dunk. Is this something that plays in your mind when you think about close games? He's like, nah, you know, I had the ball, lost it, whatever. They panned over to AD. AD's stoic. He ain't answering no questions for real. At one point, I want to say they panned it to AD. He was like not saying anything. So then they just asked LeBron a question because he was like, I'm the only one really talking. So I was just like, yeah, that AD was a little hurt like about that loss. I can see it.
They needed it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about them boys right now, man. I don't. I told my homeboy, I said, whoever win this game is going to win the series. And he was like, when did they ever say it's a must-win game in game two? I was like, bro, this shit is a case-by-case basis. It's a must-win game because I told him, I said, man, if you really want to keep it a buck, to me, the Nuggets stole game one. They had the game. They let y'all come all the way back. And Joker has done nothing in the fourth quarter in 2 games in a row now. I want to say he was 0 for 2 in the fourth quarter in the first game. And I want to say he had 0 last night in the fourth.
Could be true. I think if there
But does it matter when there's a guy that has fucking 23 points in the fourth quarter? He's the problem, bro.
And that's what I'll say. Like, if there was one game that the Lakers did lose, it is the first one. But if there's one game that Denver stole, it's last night's game.
You think so?
The Lakers were leading by pretty large margins for like
double digits.
Quarters. For like each quarter, they had like a decent lead. And they found some way to cough it up, regain it, and then cough it up. So like, if there's any game that Denver kind of came in and just got their shit together and never faltered, it was game 2 for sure. Game 1, they looked great out the gate.
You're right.
Until the fourth quarter. But game 2, that's really where Lakers, like, as a matter of fact, I thought that was the Lakers game to win. I thought the Lakers had that game all the way until the fourth quarter. Until they didn't have it no more, I thought they had it.
You're not lying, bro. They was up by double digits, bro.
Yes.
And I was like, they was up by double digits when AD had 4 points. I was like, this is perfect. If you win a game where AD has 10, 11 points, I was like, you're in there, you know? And then they lost it, man.
Yeah.
They lost. And then you start to think of all the little plays, like you lost by 5 and then LeBron missed a dunk. You know what I'm saying? Left some free throws out there.
Little plays are important.
In the playoffs.
And I think about, and I hate putting it on refs, but like the refereeing was just bad all around. Like there was a lot of calls that went Denver's way. I believe there was an offensive interference basket on AD early in the game where it was clearly a good putback. Like you can look at the replay. The ball was nowhere near the cylinder. There was the flagrant.
The D'Angelo flagrant, bro. I was just about to say that flagrant was absurd.
And then, if you look at the play, I think Hachimura got hit by Bruce Brown on the head on a windup. where he actually, like, you could see Rui's head, like, get hit.
For real.
No flagrant call. So it was, like, just really bad plays that could have went in favor of the Lakers that just didn't. And you look at those.
They be giving flagrants off of how it look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because D'Lo went straight for the block, but it's a hard foul where you not. It's a good old fashioned hard foul. Like when people say the NBA is soft and Jordan had to play through all this kind of defense, and people try to say that it wasn't. It's because of stuff like that. A good hard foul is illegal in today's game. They really could give up 4 points. I want to say they got 2 in the ball, right?
Yeah. I think that's flagrant rules. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 is you get ejected. Flagrant 1 is you get 2 in the ball, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I hate that. I hate that. And it's just because, to me, it needs to be egregious. Like, intent matters. You feel what I'm saying? It's like in the NFL, while I'm running the ball, you coming to tackle me and I duck and you hit me helmet to helmet and they call something against you. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the refs have too much control over the game for stuff like that. It ruins the game for me. And to me, the NBA refs have more control than the NFL refs, and that really bothers me, man.
Oh, control.
Yeah, it bothers me.
The fact that they can give you like a legit T for what you say away from them, just let you know they got way too much control over.
They got too much power, bro. And it's like, that's the type of stuff that make people say that it's the script and it's this and it's that. It's all because of the refs, bro. Cause like, even like when, the Celtics were playing whoever they played last round, the 76ers, was it? Mm-hmm. And Jason Tatum hit the 3 with the big push off. I'm like, yo, at the end of the game, just let them rock then. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, it's a blatant push off. I hate it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of that game, the Celtics still lost the game. So it's like, man, just let the players decide. If it's egregious, like how the Saints pass interference play was that year, if it's egregious like that, I'll give it to you all day. But at the end of the game, I say you let them rock. And then in the playoffs, cause this is how it used to be like unwritten rules back in the day. In the playoffs, you let them play. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like a lot of the calls last night, and I'm hoping that they go the Lakers' way when the Lakers go home. I picked the Nuggets to win the series, but I'm of course rooting for the Lakers. But I definitely think the series is over, man.
Yeah, that's not a crazy take, and it's not a crazy take because no home team is lost.
Yeah,
except for Celtics.
Yeah. So if they come steal one from you, it's brutal. And you know they're due to steal one from you. Yeah. The Lakers really like exactly.
I think you said it the other day. It was like it looks all of a 1 seed versus 7 seed series. Right?
Yes,
like
it does. It does. It's like, but it's like a Cinderella 7 seed. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to just go out there and get blown out and get beat them easily, but they might be up by 10 the whole game and then let you win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like. It's tough. It's tough. We're going to get back to the Lakers because I got a lot to talk about with the Lakers. But do you remember when we gave Heat Celtics predictions and we really didn't even talk about game 1 because we were like, all right, well, Boston got game 1.
Yeah, we really didn't. And we were completely wrong, especially me. Because I think Vegas had Boston at 8-point favorites.
Yeah, it was something like that.
I told them they wouldn't make the spread, but they didn't win at all. So that was of a bet because they didn't win.
Right, you would have super lost that bet.
Yes, bro.
Like, yeah, they didn't win at all. And common sense would tell you that Boston is still going to get out of this series, even though I picked Miami. But I picked Miami for the same reasons that they won game 1. The Celtics just do ridiculous things sometimes, and the Heat have that heart of a champion, man. Yeah. The Celtics just have the best team. The Heat have the heart of a champion.
Yeah, and I saw that with none other than championship winner Kyle Lowry. Now, I had some shit to say about Kyle Lowry before.
You did.
Kyle Lowry showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Lowry showed up in that game 1. He was making timely shots. He was making good plays. You know, Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler. But when you can have somebody complement your game down the stretch,
that's what you need.
Somebody who plays in a similar fashion.
What you need.
They're going to play tough. They're going to make the right plays. They're going to make the good shots. That just works well when you have it in tandem with a player as good as Jimmy Butler.
Listen, that's what I said why the Nuggets were going to win. Jamal Murray, to me, can give you I don't want to say it, but he can give you a more consistent, better game than LeBron will for AD. And it's just like for the same reasons that I have been saying this from the jump, because he's 38 years old and it's a lot to ask for him to outplay Jamal Murray. I'm sorry. It's a lot to ask. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, honestly, I really need Anthony Davis to outplay Jokic, and then I need LeBron to outplay Jamal Murray. It's a tall ask. So yes, when you have Jimmy Butler and he has the back, Kyle Lowry has his back, and then he's got all of his other guys. Like they shooting lights out from three, and wasn't even shooting lights out from three like that during the regular season when they had Tyler Hero. So it's like,
was hurt.
Bruh, super hurt. And they just move it right along, man.
Shout out to Max Strus and was it Gabriel?
What's his last name?
I forget. Gabe Vincent.
Oh, okay. I'm with you.
Gabe Vincent and Max Strus, man.
Strus, yes.
Those are some role players for your ass. Like they are going to take care of business.
Yes, bruh. Yes. But honestly, if you look at pretty much all the teams left right now, they got some role players for your ass.
For sure.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah. Like the Lakers role players carried them last night.
Yeah, Rui and Reeves was definitely carrying them boys.
Yeah, somebody gonna have to pay they're gonna have to pay Austin, man. They don't have to pay Austin. All right, so the Heat and the Celtics play tonight in Boston. The Heat are up 1-0. So of course Boston wins tonight.
You kind of gotta go with Boston right now. Like there's no way they lose because now they're in the same predicament.
Exactly. That would be in a worse predicament because the Lakers going home at least.
You're right.
Yeah, they going home at least.
Yeah, they would be in a worse predicament.
Oh yeah, they would be in a worse predicament. It's over if they lose tonight. Bruh, the Celtics are -9 tonight. 9. They're supposed to win by 9 or more tonight.
Bro, here's why I don't gamble, bro, because I don't understand why. Like, I
do not. The only reason is for the same things that we said. Of course they're going to win this game. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason. But to blow them out, though, that's kind of ballsy.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
For you to cover that spread, they got to win by 10 or more in a playoff game. Them niggas is not winning by 10 points tonight, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Vegas got that wrong. They is not winning by 10 points tonight, bro.
I got to see how much they won by for the last game.
Shit, the Heat won the last game. That's my point.
That's what I mean. I want to know how much the Heat won by last game.
Yeah, what was the score of the game? I feel like they won by like 5.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like they did. I feel like they won by like 5.
I don't know. That shit felt like it was more than 5.
Oh, no, they won by 7, bro. Okay, they won by 7.
It felt like Boston was getting their ass whooped and they have no answer for it. Like, for some
reason. So Boston going to lose by 7. Come back 48 hours later and win by 10 or more. I don't see it, bro. I think it's a better chance they lose tonight than win by 10.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning that game by 10, bro. I don't.
I'll give them winning by 5.
Me too. Yeah, they'll win by 3 to 6 points. I'm right about there with you by 5. Jason Tatum, he gotta be one of the hardest players to bet for or against. Because you for real don't know what he gonna do, bro. He might score 50 and he might score 0 through 3 quarters. Very scary, man.
It's just that team, man. Like, I don't know. I just don't know what to expect from any of the players at this point. Like, Robert Williams is nice. Like, the way he played was very aggressive last game. I don't know if he can be that aggressive throughout the entire series.
Al Horford's the same way.
Al Horford, I just don't know.
He might go 5 for 5 from 3. He might go 0 for 5 from 3.
Right. I don't know how consistent they can be throughout this series.
What was you going to say about Jaylen Brown?
I was going to say Jaylen Brown, the same thing. I just don't know how consistent they can be throughout, the rest of these games.
I said it before these series started. These last ones, I said it last night when I did a pregame with the homies, is I believe in the Celtics the least out of the 4 teams left to win the championship.
Yeah.
Like, and then this was before I knew they was the only team that wasn't undefeated on the at home. Like, they record was like 4-6 in the playoffs at home. You're not going to win a championship doing that. If you make it to the finals, whoever you play, whether it be the Lakers or the Nuggets, ain't going to let you they're not going to let you win 2 games on their court.
Yeah. Because home court advantage is really like been the secret sauce for real for a lot of games. Like you gotta have that game. That's why they call it an advantage. Like it wouldn't be a home court advantage if there wasn't no advantage. Basically.
Why do you think home court is such an advantage?
I think home court is an advantage because, of course, you got the fans getting into it. You got familiarity. Like, if you've been taking shots on that court since, 12 in the afternoon in the game.
Travel.
30, travel plays a part. So that's why it is. Any team can lose, right? Like, the Warriors had the worst record on home. They had the worst away record. Scratch.
Yeah.
But what I mean is any team can lose. So it's
for sure.
Home court advantage means something, but if you the better team, it don't really mean as much.
Hell, I mean, you can look at the Warriors point you was trying to make and really look at it. They was one of the worst road teams and was right there to make it right back to the Western Conference Finals because they went at home.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up, they win at home. Straight up. Exactly. Like they win at home. They hard to beat at home. And and they've been hard to beat at home for a minute.
Yeah.
All right. So since we're fans, okay, do you think the fans are the biggest advantage? A hostile environment gotta be tough to play in,
It's
bro.
gotta be. It's gotta be.
It's gotta be, especially like in the playoffs. Like you've been to a high school playoff game and shit, and the environment is crazy. Imagine you know what I'm saying?
Right, and I done been to like away games for my team. When I was in Charlotte, I went to a couple Charlotte Phoenix games.
Right,
and it's just like Phoenix has been the better team for the last few years. Charlotte has been like a lottery team for the last 2 years.
Right,
the fans in Spectrum Arena in Charlotte,
they
are alive. Right, I've seen me crowded by a bunch of teal jerseys, and the crowd is going crazy.
Yes.
You see the players. Like I've seen leads diminish because the crowd got the players into the game, and it's just like that is a thing that can absolutely happen.
Oh yeah. See, for me, we don't get to talk about football later days, but of course, Jaguars fan, and the Jaguars play the Tampa Bay Bucks in Tampa this year. I'm like, out of all the Jags games that's coming up, I know that's the one I'm going to go to. I want to go to a away game. I want to be in a hostile environment, and I want to go when my team should be the better team when we the away team. You feel me?
Right.
So, it's a hostile environment in the regular season at a Bucks-Jags game. It's going to be a hostile environment. So it has to be a real home court event, a real advantage to have the fans going crazy and screaming. Maybe I'm giving us too much credit as fans. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, I swear to God, I made Ryan Suckup miss a kick one time. I'll tell you the story. But I think as fans, maybe I'm delusional, but I think fans play a huge role in home court advantage. I think that's the biggest thing with it is they're being loud. They're bothering you. It's crazy that everybody in the building's rooting against you. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. I think it's a big deal. Home court. I think it's a big deal. I don't know what the hell's wrong with the Celtics. I don't know why they don't win at home.
Jalen Brown
they got crazy.
Jalen Brown said something about the fans. He was like, man, y'all ain't bring it. Like, he said it in the 76ers series. He was like, man, I'm expecting more from the fans, honestly. Like, he said that. And,
that's crazy.
For you to say that about a Boston sports team, it's like, damn, what were they not giving that you were just like, hey, these niggas suck.
If y'all been losing at home, if y'all won at home and said that, it would be different. Like, hey, man, we need the fan. We need y'all. We need y'all losing at home. Like, man, it's because these.
Yeah, like, hey, bro, we expected better out of y'all for real, is what he said.
They're like, we expected better out of you. He said, I'm saying the same thing about y'all, bro.
Word. So maybe Boston sports fans really ain't been there this postseason.
Who knows? All right, well, let me ask you this: from a fan perspective, how do you feel about a player saying something like that?
I would be like, come on, bruh. I'm paying to watch you play. Like, come on, bruh. At the end of the day, me being here, it should be enough support for you. Like, what else you need from me?
Yeah.
That would have been my rebuttal. Like, I don't know. Maybe Boston. First of all, I already feel a way about Boston sports fans in general.
Me too. They got a reputation. I don't know if it's true, but they got a reputation.
Right. So it's kind of like, I'm siding with Jaylen Brown when it comes to Boston fans. But if any other sports player, like if LeBron said this about Lakers fans, I'd be like, LeBron, shut the hell up. Shut your ass up, Bron. Like,
I feel that. I do feel that. Well, I I don't even feel great about saying that the Celtics are going to win, even though I blindly believe it. But this is, I've been getting a lot of stuff right, basing it on what's supposed to happen. Okay? So, to me, when you look at, cause I bet, so I remember shit that go wrong sometimes on I look at the game and be like, oh yeah, they got their number. And then I'll bet and they'll lose. And I'm like, well, of course they lost. The better seed is not going to lose both games at home in the Eastern Conference Finals. It just don't work like that when they don't got no injuries or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what happens, even though I don't believe in the Celtics, what happens is the Celtics win tonight. That's just how the game goes. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the Lakers are going to win game 3. Even if the Lakers lose this series in 5, they win game 3. You get what I'm saying? Game 3 is the game that you win. In this case, when you're the home team and you're the better team, game 2 is the one you win for sure if you lose game 1. That's just how the game works. So I'm blatantly saying the Celtics are going to win this game and would even bet money on it. But they scare me.
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't believed in them from jump. They scare me.
Yeah.
But am I not lying? That's the history. That's how the game go.
Yeah. They
you delete the players, you delete emotion, and that's how it should go.
They should win. Just based on what I saw from Miami, it'll be tough. But I think they could do it though. Cause it was never a point until maybe the last 2 minutes of the fourth where I really thought Boston was out of it. Even when they were trailing, I never thought Boston was out of the game until the last 2 minutes or so. So
I hardly ever think they're out of a game.
Yeah, and it's just because they have those 2 players that we know are capable of each scoring 50 points. So it's kind of they can win, but it's just that Miami team plays so well.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know if they do it back to back on the road. But, it's a possibility. So, like you said, it's hard to, convince myself that the Celtics are really going to come through.
Yeah, it's hard. Skip Bayless be talking about Jason Tatum sometimes. And every time he talk about him, he say things like I feel about Jason Tatum. He be like, Jason Tatum seems like a great guy.
No, for sure. For sure.
He just seems like a good kid. And I was like, Jason Tatum seems like a great guy. And Jason Tatum is the biggest representation of Kobe in today's NBA. So it's I want to love him. You know what I'm saying? Even his game is what do they call it? His game is a poor man's Kobe game to me. You know what I'm saying? His game reminds me of Kobe in so many ways, but he does not make me feel how Kobe makes me feel. He does not make me say, I'm good with him on my team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kobe makes you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hell, if you're not for sure that the Lakers are going to get swept, it's because they have LeBron. It's LeBron makes you feel that way. Of course, I've been knocking him or whatever because he's getting older and we asking a lot of him. But his whole career, he made you feel that way. We good. We got LeBron. Whether you win, lose, or draw. Jason Tatum, he doesn't make me feel that way. And that's how I feel. It's you seem like a great guy and I want to like you and I wish you the best. It's you're so good. You know what I'm saying? So it's I wish you all the great things. And it's just, I just don't believe in you though. And I don't believe in your whole team.
I agree. And I've said this from jump. I've always believed in Jaylen Brown more than Jason Tatum. But in this situation, I do think you're going to have to lean on Jason Tatum more. Because
my problem with those two is they're too similar.
They are very similar. And they shouldn't be. Because Jason Tatum is 6'10". My whole problem with the Kobe comparison is it's cool that you're playing like Kobe, but you're 6'10". I don't need you to play like Kobe. I don't need you to play like Kobe.
You're right.
I need you to go down there and I need you to take it to, you're bigger than, I know you can take whoever is guarding you to the paint. I know you can get to the basket with ease because I've seen what you can do. It's just I don't need you taking tough fadeaway threes like Kobe when you're 6'10".
I don't. If Jason Tatum, prime Jason Tatum and prime Kobe played a one-on-one or a 5-on-5 where they were guarding each other, with Tatum's talent and height, he should dog Kobe. You feel me? He should dog him. And we both know that would we both know that would happen. But yes, you're right. I don't need you. That may be why I don't like his game.
That's why
I don't know what it is about his game, bro, that I do not like. That might be why I don't like his game.
That's why, and I'll go back to the Jaylen Brown thing. Jaylen Brown, the smaller of them, is the one who is more aggressive at attacking the basket, in my opinion. That man will go, and that might be why he wear the face mask, because that man will go and attack the basket.
Yeah, he will.
At any open chance he gets. Will he take the open three? Yes. But a lot of times he is going to the basket. His points, I feel like, are harder to come by than Jason Tatum's. And that's because Jason Tatum chucks more shots.
He do. Hell, damn, you're not lying, bro. I really do feel like that might be why I don't like his game. But when I think about it, hell, that's why a lot of people didn't like Kobe game.
Yeah.
To be real with you, it's why a lot of people didn't like Kobe's game. Like, it's what I loved about his game, the difficult shot making but he was aggressive going to the rack. You know what I'm saying? He was aggressive. So it's like, yeah, that's why I say he's like a poor man's Kobe to me. It's like it's like, you know, in school where you used to whisper something and by the time it got to the end, it was like a different story. Like it would be like, it's called the telephone game. I think is what it's called. Okay. Like you whisper a phrase in the ear and say, hey, we're going outside to recess. And then you whisper it. And then by the time it gets back to the teacher or whatever, instead of saying we're going outside to recess, the message is today we have a big test. You know, it gets lost in translation. That's what I feel like happens with the Mamba mentality. I feel like it gets lost in translation. I think people think the Mamba mentality is taking difficult shots and playing your hardest.
That's what it's come to.
It really has.
That's what it's come to.
It really has, bro. And it's like,
no, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go. It's on you, bro.
I watch a lot of Phoenix and I watch a lot of Devin Booker and I see a lot of people try to make that comparison. And it's like, yes, these are just very hard shots. Like I watched Booker put up 35 on very difficult shot making. And it's like, he has good efficiency. It's not like he's throwing up shots and, you know, he's 5 for 19. No, the man is putting up efficient shots, but it's like, I don't want to hear Mamba mentality if you're not closing out the game strong. Exactly. I don't want to hear Mamba mentality because of the degree of difficulty your shot is. Like, that's not Mamba mentality. Are you going to win this game in a convincing fashion? Are you going to be able to take over the game and leave no doubt in the minds of the spectators that you are going to be able to close out the game?
Exactly. The Mamba mentality to me, in short, is I'm not gonna choke and I'm not gonna give up. You're gonna have to beat me.
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. You're gonna have to beat me. You feel what I'm saying? That's to me, if in short, is the Mamba mentality. I'm shooting and making difficult shots because that's what the defense is that's all they giving me right now. And y'all gonna have to beat me. I'm gonna make them. Y'all gonna have to beat me. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I feel. So yeah, to me, the Mamba mentality has gotten lost in translation. And to me, we being very disrespectful because we're just basically saying this guy is Kobe. Like, you know, Devin Booker's Kobe and Jason Tatum is Kobe. And it's just like, it's almost how we get to the point where we're starting to say people are Steph. Like, Trae Young is Steph. Like, Trae Young is not Steph.
Trae Young is Trae Young.
Yes, Trae Young is Trae Young. And I like Trae Young. I'll be rooting for Trae Young. Of course, you're never going to win a championship if Trae Young is your best player. But we're doing too much when we're starting to say stuff like that. But that's how you know LeBron's so cold. Because people don't be saying nobody LeBron. But wait till LeBron retire. People are going to start saying people are LeBron. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. We ain't never seen no Bron, bro. We never seen that body type that athletic for that long. Like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of things, and people are going to have to be in the league for a longer time before they can start being compared to LeBron, in my opinion.
No doubt. The closest comparison to LeBron, which was a bad one, was Zion. And it's because, to me, the Zion comparison was bad. It wasn't even like a weight thing. It's because Zion is my height. Zion's 6'6". You can't be LeBron and be 6'6". You got to be at least 6'8" to be a LeBron comparison.
The whole time I thought Zion was taller than that.
Bro, Zion is 6'6", bro. I'll double check it real quick, but I'm pretty sure that that's always been my knock on Zion, bro. It's like, I don't understand how y'all think Zion is finna be like LeBron when Zion is 6'6". LeBron, Zion is 6'6". So I'm like, So what Zion does is amazing. Zion be getting rebounds. Yeah. He gets putbacks. He dunk on people. He's amazing. You have to be an athletic freak like LeBron to be Zion. He's the closest thing to me, all jokes aside, as crazy as it sounds. He's just too short to be anything like LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron is like the ideal body type to be exactly what LeBron is. Yeah, like he's 6'8". He got to be like 260. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. At LeBron prime, he ran at least a 4.5 40. Yeah, I'm thinking a nigga ran by like a 4.4, bro. Yeah. Like, no bullshit. He ran at least a 4.5 40. I'm thinking the nigga ran like a 4.4, bro.
Hey, man, Bron was a wide receiver in high school, dog.
Like, oh, I know. I know. Good. Like, LeBron and Westbrook are like the only players that I ever look at and be like, yo, I feel like you could have played football for real.
For sure, bro.
Like, I feel like Westbrook could have been like a safety.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a,
for sure, bro.
Like a legit safety. I'm hitting motherfuckers. Yeah, if you come across here, if you come across here, I'm knocking your head off. Like, I'll hit a motherfucker in a way where I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like no bullshit. Hell, he might have made a better NFL player than a basketball player. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Word.
So, all right, so since I accidentally brought up Westbrook, I have a Westbrook question for you. I don't remember who I seen say this on TikTok, but he said, Bradley Beal best season was with Westbrook. Paul George best season was with Westbrook. Kevin Durant won MVP beside Westbrook. And I want to say Harden won MVP beside Westbrook. So then he said, the Westbrook narrative is all fucked up and Westbrook really way colder than everybody say that he is. What do you think?
I agree wholeheartedly with that last part. And I guess after, looking at the people he made better, the people he played with, it does seem like he's had a effect on the players around him playing better outside the Lakers.
I agree.
But
I agree.
Is he definitely colder than what people have been talking about with him? Completely. He's way better than what people have given him credit for. And I saw that in this postseason with the Clippers. I was legit scared for Phoenix because even without Kawhi and Paul George, Westbrook was handling shit. He had Norm Powell hooping. He had Darren Terrence Mann hooping. It was just like Westbrook was able to come through and make sure the rest of that team played the best that they could with their star players out.
I couldn't agree more. I didn't even think of that. I just thought that I've always been a Westbrook guy.
Yeah.
So I know how cold he is. Yeah. So I didn't even think of that. What he did in the playoffs 1,000, it don't even prove that he was nice. It proves that he is nice.
Yes.
I hate that Russell Westbrook and Dame Lillard have a reputation for not being winners. Yeah, the ring culture in the NBA has ruined the NBA in so many ways. It's why people try to get on super teams because you bash them because they don't have enough rings, or we say they're not the GOAT because they don't have enough rings. And I get all of that, If it wasn't for that ridiculousness with sports, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just everybody passionate about it. We go hard about it. It is what it is. But Russell Westbrook has always been great. His time with the Lakers clearly wasn't great. I'm here to be the third option. The first two options are missing 40 plus games. And y'all don't want me here.
Right. Fans had a lot to do with that.
Yes, I
watched Laker Nation shit on Brody. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't understand why. Like, yeah, he had some goofs, but like what player don't?
Oh, for sure. And I'm in an awkward situation here. This team is not good. Hell, y'all bring in Pat Beverly to essentially do what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Pat Bev took y'all Pat Bev. So it's kind of like, what are y'all doing?
Yes, Mr. Like Pat Bev injured Russ. You know what I'm saying? In his prime. It's just like, it's tough. I don't even know why y'all brought him in. But the Lakers, oh man. The Lakers front office is terrible. And this trade that they made at the All-Star break is making people forget how terrible they've been. Mm-hmm. And they've been terrible for a long time. I always say the Lakers ruined the tail end of Kobe Bryant's career. He's an aging superstar. You have nobody on the team with him and you're expecting him to win. And essentially they were on the path to do the exact same thing with LeBron's career. when he first got there, you have these kids on the team, all right? And then when we get Anthony Davis, then after that, you go and get other aging superstars like Westbrook and whatnot. I don't love it, you know. But this trade that they just made, but to me, the trade that they just made is they need to win a championship this year trade because some of those guys may be gone.
Yeah.
So they have done such a bad job at the front office that it pretty much derailed the whole Russell Westbrook great career thing that he had going on. Yeah. I blame the Lakers for why people view Russell Westbrook how they do.
I do too. And it sucks because he's been on, what is it now, 5 teams?
Man, nah, he been on like 5 teams in like 5 years, bro.
So like that doesn't help it either.
It doesn't.
Like, you know, what can you do?
I would never pretend like Russ is not at fault at all. Yeah. Like Russ says the wrong thing sometimes, and Russ does have a I don't give a fuck attitude, but Russ proves his I don't give a fuck attitude to you a little too often for a person that don't give a fuck.
Now I do what I want.
Yes. And it's like, I'm buying it, Russ. I can tell you really don't give a fuck, but sometimes you don't give a fuck about the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I used to always root for Russ, and Russ plays so hard, and I actually heard Skip Bayless say this. He says, Russ plays hard, or offense at least. He said, Russ plays hard. He said, but I'm not sure that he plays to win. And I never could get that out of my head. I was like, man, those aren't the same. And that's my only knock on Russ, is that I don't always feel like Russ plays to win. Like, I don't feel like he was super willing to come off of the bench for the Lakers. You know, it's just like little stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't know if Russ really want to win, but when you give me your all, like Russ gives me his all, I can't accuse you of that publicly and feel okay about it.
Right.
I can't.
And just like, I think he had said it when he was still with the Lakers, and when they was in the locker room, he was like, you know, win, lose, or draw, as long as we out there having fun. And Lakers.
Everybody bashed him for that. I didn't have a problem with it.
Exactly. Because like you said, if you going out there and giving your all, like you putting it all on the court, I can't be mad at you.
And I can always live with the results from that.
Yes.
I can always live from the results if you gave me your all and we lost.
It may not be what I needed, but I know that you went out and did everything you had to do.
Yes. And to attack him for saying something like that, to me, is like the problem with what's wrong with the Russ narrative. Cause they even tried to make it look like LeBron was like, man, shut that shit up. LeBron was not like that, bro. He did not like take offense to that statement. I can see how people could turn the narrative, cause when, LeBron was like, he said something, but it wasn't like to shit on Russ. I promise, if you really look at his body language, I forgot what he said, but it wasn't like, man, shut that shit up. That's how people made it seem like LeBron responded. It wasn't, he didn't like jump on board with it or nothing like that, but he didn't like shit on him like people tried to make it. But yeah, I thought people blew that up, and that's to me is what's wrong with the Russ narrative, is that people are looking for a reason to say, see, look at Russ, he do this, he do that. And I was like, y'all so whack.
For real?
Yes, bro. Nah. I didn't like that. I like Russ, man.
I like Russ too, but we also can't ignore the fact that he is aging, and his play style, the play style that he came into the league with, has been proven to not last that long. Like,
it doesn't.
There is not a long span of players that have been able to be as athletic and play as hard as Russ for a long time in their career. So that it doesn't surprise me that Russ is not playing his best basketball anymore. Maybe the best basketball is behind Russ.
For sure.
He can't contribute to his team.
Yes.
But he is not the same Russ of yesteryear.
Okay, this is my problem with Russ, if I could put it in one simple way, is that Russ has the talent to still be a great player without being the best player on the team if he just accepted that role. Like, when Russ was balling for the Clippers, it was simply because his game is, I'm the best player on the team. And when he's the best player on the team, he feels comfortable. The team has to play Russ ball. And when he plays Russ ball, he's an all-time great. But it's like you said, you're not going to win like that. But like I always say, what if Russ was on a team that played however they wanted to play, but then he was the sixth man. And when he came in as a sixth man, they played Russ ball. You know, if he just really like bought into something like that, like a Manu Ginobili type of role, I was like, then he could extend his career. You know what I'm saying? But if you got to be the best player on the team and you're getting older, we're not going to win. Right. You know, and I also say, I don't care what nobody say, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook could have won together.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah. They needed some things to go their way, like in a Giannis type of way or when Kawhi won in Toronto, but they could have definitely won together.
For sure. I would like to believe at the time when they were playing, their starting center was Nick Collison.
And they had Kendrick Perkins at one time.
And Kendrick Perkins. Like, Kendrick Perkins and Nick Collison is your starting centers, dog?
Yeah. Yeah.
Serge was cool. Like, Serge was playing great ball,
yeah,
but it was like he was the power forward. Like, if you needed that five to be that five for you, I just don't think Nick Collison and Kendrick Perkins were going to get it done. Had they had a better center, I believe that all those series that they lost look different.
Me too. Or if they kept James Harden.
That too.
They would have won one. Because the thing with it is Russ is a ball dominant, but he became a really great distributor. And then if you can spot up KD, you can spot up James, and James can have the ball in his hand, they would have won a ring together. They may have only won one, but they would have won a ring together. And if I wasn't mistaken, they lost Harden over something crazy like $15 million.
Yeah.
It was something crazy like that. Because remember when Harden went to the Rockets and they gave him a max-like deal, the question was like, can James Harden be the best player on your team? Like, people didn't really know. So it was kind of crazy. But you know how the NBA done got, like, if you can hoop and a team ain't good, they'll max you out.
Yeah.
You know, like in a Jalen Brunson type of way, it's like, hey, if you come over here, we'll pay you for real.
Yeah.
That's how the NBA done got. So you got to pay your hoopers. You got to pay your hoopers. All right, so we almost done, man. So we're going to end on this, all right? Where we're at in the playoffs now, the Heat are up 1-0. The Lakers are down 0-2. We made predictions before the series started. Where do you stand on your predictions? Do you need to update your resume?
Yes. It's hard to believe that the Lakers are going to win this. I got to go with Denver. I got to go with Denver in 6.
Damn.
I'm going to go Denver.
He done jumped onto my OG prediction.
I got to go with Denver.
I'll be trying to talk to the youngster. I
got to go
trying
Denver
to tell
in 6, man.
Okay. Then you got, you picked Boston in 7, right?
I did pick Boston in 7. I'm still going Boston in 7.
Of course, that's not crazy. But this the crazy part about it now, though. I look at the Boston series as for Boston to win, it got to go 7.
Yeah, for sure. I felt that going in it, though. Like, I didn't feel like this game was...
I think I picked Heat in 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked Heat in 7, yeah. But yeah, if for Boston to win at this point, you got to go 7. You're not going to beat them in 6. No. You lose game 1 at home, you're not going to beat them in 6. No. You know what I'm saying? Without somebody getting hurt. So yeah, they got to beat them. Like, Miami can beat them in 6.
Oh, you're right. You
know, you still game 1 on their house. Yeah. You can beat them in 6 at that point, no matter what the situation is. But yeah, Boston it's gonna go 7 for Boston to win.
Yeah, it's looking a lot like that Philly series again.
Yeah, I can see that. I still can't believe Philly lost that series.
I can.
I can't, bro. You had it, bro. But we said it. If you don't win game 6, it's over. And the same thing is finna happen to the Lakers. Like if the Lakers win game 3, if they don't win game 4, it's over. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have a game at home that they're going to have to win to get back in the series. Yeah.
But
the Lakers are in a bad spot. The Celtics honestly are in a bad spot.
Yeah, you lose a home game. You
lose too much at home.
Yeah.
Like at this point, it's something wrong with y'all at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a thing at this point. It's we have enough data. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing now. Yeah. You know, y'all are aware that y'all the only team that has lost on the road. I mean, at home, and y'all have lost a lot at home.
That's something that I had to look at. Once you told me that home record, it's kind of like, man, that's really, like you said, it's something. That's something you got to really look at now.
Yes.
Like, you cannot count those games as like for sure victories for the Celtics.
You can't. And it's the type of thing that makes you say, if you're the worst at something and there's 4 teams left, what's the probability that you're going to be that team that you were the one exception? And so what I keep going back to, what always happens. We watch sports every year. Like I said, if you remove the names from the back of the jersey and the city from the front of the jersey and say, what normally happens? Mm-hmm. The team that's keep losing at home while every other team is undefeated at home, I don't need to look it up. I don't need to know the statistics. Whatever that team is, don't usually win the championship. Right. We all know that. We all know that.
Yeah.
Cause you know how ESPN be having the specific stats about it. We all know if we get that specific stat and say it'd be 3 teams that's undefeated at home and 1 team keep losing at home, that team did not win. That team went on to win the championship 1% or 0% of the time. We know it's a low number. So that's scary for them.
Yeah. And that's what we're looking at for Boston right now. It just don't look good for them. Can they win it? Yes. Yes, they can win.
You're the better team.
But yeah, they should win this. But it's kind of like, man, that home record is scary.
Okay, I have another question about your Lakers and your Lakers pick. I haven't even given my updated predictions because they ain't updated, baby. They the same. They the same. They the same. All right. So I say, if with your updated Lakers pick, in your heart, are the Lakers the better team? Or have they broken your spirit at this point as well?
They are no longer the better team.
They're not the better team.
They have broken my spirits, and I think that LeBron has showed his age in 2 games, and I think the inconsistency of the best player on the team, AD, is what is really the most glaring thing, because under 20 points is just unacceptable from AD.
Cam, did I not say this exact thing was going to happen to the Lakers? Yeah. I said AD is going to give you a game that's bad, and LeBron is going to have to win you that game, and he's not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Not only did AD give you a great game that LeBron needed, that's where they lost the series, is that AD gave him a great game that LeBron needed to win, and he didn't do it. Mm-hmm. Then he gave you a mediocre game that LeBron needed to win, and he didn't do it. And then we come back to the question of, well, why do the LeBron need to win it? Right? And the reason that LeBron needs to win it is because of his legacy. Right? But then I go back to what we said initially. It's unfair to ask LeBron to have to win these games solely because he's 38 years old. We're asking him to win them because he's the GOAT. Right? He ain't the GOAT.
Knew it was coming, bruh.
He ain't the GOAT for starters. And this is just another thing to say that he's not the GOAT, because I do need you to go out there and win these games because you're the GOAT. And anyone that believes that you're the GOAT, again, they don't think it's too much to ask for you to go out and win those games. But like I said, I think it's too much to ask because you ain't the GOAT. Yeah. And that's legitimately just what it is. And the reason that I'm going to hold him accountable at 38 is because he need him. But I was the one saying from jump, it's unfair to ask of him. It's unfair to ask of him. But he did have prime opportunities to win you those games. But the way that he lost those games is the same reason that people say that he ain't the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was in the 4th quarter chunking up threes when we need you to do anything else. And then you take a 3 on Jamal Murray when he has 5 fouls. And not only do you take it, you don't make it. That don't have nothing to do with your age. That has to do with your mentality. And that's where people knock LeBron. That's where people feel like LeBron's career, as great as it is, he left some things on the table. And he left things on the table that his talent is capable of. I don't really feel that Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant left anything on the table that their talent was capable of getting them.
Okay. That's fair. And I feel like you've had this ideology about Bron the whole time, and you were not wrong about any of it. It was a lot to ask of a 38-year-old to be able to take over games, period, in the playoffs. But he has taken over games in these playoffs. This very playoffs, this season, this 2022-2023 season, he's done it already. So is it a lot to ask of him? Yes. But it's not that he can't do it. It's just that he hasn't yet. And I'm saying yet because there's still a series to play. It's not looking good in my eyes. I don't see him winning this series. But I know for a fact that he has played, he's played the best of his ability, and he just needs a little bit more. He needs a little bit more to win these games, and he does not have that. He does not have that. And to your point about the other players, the other GOATs, because LeBron's still my GOAT. Like, if he don't get a ring, I don't care. But I did watch Kobe quit on his team. I did watch Kobe quit on his team when the Mavericks, who did go on to win a championship ring, routed them boys in 4. So I have seen that. I've seen Jordan walk away from the game twice. Granted, he walked away when he was up. But if you're talking about being the all-time great at what you do and just being able to walk away from it, at some point I have to question, is ball life? Like, is this really that important to you? And when he came back, what was he in his first season with the Wizards? Either 39 or
I think he was 38.
He was 38?
Yeah. Right.
If we're comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan at 38, I don't think there's a comparison. I think LeBron is a better player than Jordan was at 38.
When LeBron is 40, LeBron is going to be the best 40-year-old player of all time.
Right.
When LeBron is 39, LeBron is going to be the best 39-year-old player of all time. He's the greatest 38-year-old player of all time. He's the greatest 37-year-old player of all time. He's the greatest 36-year-old player of all time. But does that make you the GOAT?
In my opinion, yes.
And it's not crazy. To me, that's where LeBron's GOAT debate starts and stops, is that he had the longest prime of all time. He's been in his prime for 20 years. And that is amazing. And to me, if you say that's why he's the GOAT, I don't have no problem with it. But if you say he's the GOAT because he's better than Michael Jordan, I have a problem with it. And the reason that I have a problem with it is because if you're better than Michael Jordan, then why did you accomplish less?
Did he accomplish less or did he win less rings?
He accomplished less. For Michael Jordan's, look at his finals MVPs, his regular season MVPs, his scoring titles, his all defensive. He won defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? He averaged 30 points a game for his career. He did a lot more in less time.
One day we're going to have to pull up those accolades one by one.
For sure. Because we're going to do it on a day where we ain't talking about the game.
Right.
We're going to get on. That's what the show is going to be.
Right.
The show is going to be who is the GOAT and why. And it might take 2 hours. It's going to have to be a day where we got 2 hours, man. And we're going to do our research. And we gonna debate, but we gonna make objective cases for all of them.
Right.
So if you don't come to the table with an objective case for all 3 of them, or whoever we decide, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it. To me, I always say that Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James are my only GOAT topics that I will argue. And then if someone else throws in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I'll listen to their argument. But as far as me making an argument, I will only make an argument for the 3 of them. And the 3 of them are from 3 completely different angles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll even give you a quick breakdown. For Kobe, my argument is going to be, what did I see on the court? What did I see on the court? I saw someone that can do things that I ain't never, ever, ever in my whole life seen nobody else could do. I seen a dude that could shoot with his left hand. I seen a dude that could put it on the ground. I seen a dude that could shoot a 35-foot 3. I seen a dude that can make shots over 3-4 people. That's consistent from the free throw line, that can dunk on you, that score 81 points in a game, that score 40 points in 12 games in a row, that averaged 35 points for a season and didn't win an MVP that season. amazing, and also played his height and his prime with the worst roster of his entire career. But his numbers are efficient during that time, and he balled during that time. So the height of your career was the low of your accomplishments. So it's a very weird balance to look at him. And then when you look at the things he did as far as going against top 75 teams and 50 win teams in the playoffs and who he had, shit is remarkable. For Michael Jordan, it's like the nigga averaged 30. The nigga got 10 scoring titles. The nigga 6-0 in the finals and went MVP every single time. And I saw him with my own eyes. Like, I tell people, to people that are older, people that are my age, like Michael Jordan is Dr. James Naismith. Michael Jordan essentially invented basketball to us. And it's just because basketball wasn't shit before him, and he was like Michael Jackson, you know. And I don't know if you know how Michael Jackson would be at a concert. People pay money to see Michael Jackson, and they faint at the concert because they can't believe. That's what Michael Jordan was like. Michael Jordan was like God. You know, there was no social media. You saw who TV told you to see, and TV showed you Michael Jordan. And every time you seen him, it was like, oh my God, it's amazing. Like when Allen Iverson talked about it, he was like, I couldn't believe it. I looked down and I was like, damn, he wearing the Jordans. Allen Iverson is my age. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he's God. That's why you're not finna argue with these old niggas about no Michael Jordan because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like to say, oh, LeBron is this. LeBron ain't got no shoe deal. LeBron ain't got no line of shoes if a motherfucker named Michael Jordan didn't turn Jordans into what they are today. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to my daughter, she was asking me for some expensive ass $800 retro Jordans. And I said to her, I said, do people at your school like talk about Michael Jordan? And she was like, no, why would we talk about Michael Jordan? I said, well, you're asking me for his shoes. And she said, Jordans are Michael Jordan shoes? I said, yeah. like to me, that's like, what the hell? But to her, it's like, these are just the shoes that everybody wears.
Right. He's you feel me? Basketball.
That's what I'm saying, right? And then you have LeBron. Jesus Christ. You know, his best thing is he was popping right now. That's his biggest impact as far as being the GOAT. Is he was popping right now. And we are humans. So it's always a big coincidence that the GOAT happened to be who we saw play. You know what I'm saying? You don't think Jordan the GOAT because you ain't really see him hoop like that. You feel what I'm saying? But, so you feel me? It's like you think, oh, I go back and watch the game and I do this and I do that. But ain't nothing like when somebody popping right now.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And I seen Jordan when he was popping right now. I seen Kobe when he was popping right now. You know what I'm saying? Like craziness, you feel me? And so to see LeBron when he popping right now and you see what he do on he down 3-1 and he come back and you ain't hearing about it, you seen it. And so you just like, shit, you know? So it's all crazy from every perspective, but they all got good arguments and they even got statistical good arguments. Like you can do it in so many different ways, but how we feel is really what we be going on. Cause when you see somebody that's popping when you was alive, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It hit different. You know, so I get it from every perspective, but to me, they all got good arguments. And like I say, I can say Kobe name, I can say Jordan name, I can say LeBron name, and people will be offended. Like how people be offended if I say Kobe to go. Y'all can think LeBron to go all you want. Say that to certain people and they'll be offended. You feel what I'm saying? Like you mentioned this, like I'm talking diehard Jordan fans that hate Kobe, be like, Kobe better than him. You know what I'm saying? And it's an offensive statement to people. So I don't take no offense to nobody's statement because I get it from every perspective. You know what I'm saying? Cause I always say, I'm objective. I don't care what nobody say. I'm objective. So I get it from every perspective, but we definitely got to have that. Yeah. I'm talking dedicate a whole episode where we didn't do research, where you got my notes and I got your notes and the whole thing. We can do that.
Yeah. We gonna make that happen.
We gonna do it after the season.
Bet.
After the season.
Bet.
Yeah, because in between basketball and football, ain't nothing gonna be happening but all the football news. Yeah. But you know the football news is always good.
For sure. We got draft football coming up too.
The NFL draft over with.
No,
we got
NBA draft.
Oh, the NBA draft. Yeah. When that is?
I think like the week after the finals end.
That don't matter so much, like because we know who the number one pick is, so it don't matter.
Shit, we might know who 2 is.
Yeah, that's true too. But we can definitely, we're gonna have some good stuff to talk about after the season. But right now we at the best part of the season, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm still pulling for LeBron and them though.
I got to pull for my GOAT. So if I saw Sanders Sharp tweet last night. He had a long fuck. I was like, bro, that's how most people who fuck with LeBron feel. Like we know his legacy is on the line.
Yes.
Because of conversations that we just had.
For conversations that we just had, man. For conversations that we just had. But yeah, it's tough, man. And one thing you got to factor in for LeBron's GOAT case is he for real got the whole world watching him.
Yes.
Not only do they watch him, they talk about him the next day. Hell, that's what we doing right now.
Same night, like, bro, Bron is a hot topic, and he's been a hot topic since 2003, since probably before that, since he was in high school. Somebody tweeted about Wembanyama. They were like, has Wembanyama been the most touted, prospect in the first round? And then somebody showed a rerun of LeBron's first televised high school game, and before the game came on, they showed like a glimpse of Michael Jordan. They showed a glimpse of Kobe. They showed Shaq. They showed all the greats in actual NBA games to introduce LeBron's high school game.
See? What? I'm not surprised. Yes. LeBron was so popular before he popped, bro. And again, this is before social media, bro. I bought me and my nephew matching LeBron jerseys, bro, before he even hit the court. We knew who he was, bruh. And like I said, I always hooped and loved hooping. So when I see somebody coming straight out of high school and I'm like, straight out of high school, you know what I'm saying? I'm like a year older than LeBron, 2 years older than LeBron, right? So I'm like, a high school kid. Like I'm already fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? And then he had all these high expectations. So that, when you talk about how it make you feel, you got to factor that in for LeBron. LeBron exceeded high expectations. I heard somebody say if Wembanyama was, who did they say? Kevin Durant, that would be a disappointment for his career.
Yeah.
I was like, how?
Crazy.
How? If he become a first ballot Hall of Famer and don't never win a ring, he was not a disappointment.
Not at all.
I'm sorry.
Not at all.
He was not a disappointment. He's not going to be the greatest player of all time, guys. I'm sorry. He's not.
I don't think he's going to be either. And somebody said that. Somebody was like, his ceiling is KD and his floor is like Jonathan Bender.
I don't think that's crazy.
I don't think it's crazy either.
Yeah, and that's a very high ceiling.
Right. It's KD. Like, we're talking like the man is like trash.
Yes. Yes. Oh, we're going to have to definitely do, after we do a GOAT debate, we're going to have to do a top 10, top 20 debate as well. Because I want to know where you rank people like Kevin Durant and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah. After the season going to be the perfect time to do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
We'll have content for that. That'll be good.
Exactly. And those are timeless videos for now. I want to definitely do those.
Man, we should have some good talks with that. Because I know we're going to have some like back and forth. You're going to have your opinion.
Oh, yes.
And it's going to be good.
Yeah, and during that time, we can do wide receivers. We can do quarterbacks. For sure. Yeah, because that's going to be the time to do it. After basketball and before football.
All right,
that's going to be the time.
Cool.
I told you I got a Madden chat where we all we in a Madden league and we all talk about the league, say who got to play who, and we keep up with the league in this Telegram chat. Yeah. But we really just talk about sports all day in there, right? Like one of my homeboys, I literally only know him from Xbox. He played 2 seasons of Madden with us, and then he just stayed in the Madden chat and been talking sports with us for like 2 years.
That's what's up.
He don't even be playing in the league no more. So they was arguing yesterday saying, was it a must-win game for the Lakers yesterday? And then they got into an argument about it in the Madden chat. So then I got both of them to come on to the sports show yesterday, and they was beefing. And I was like, they're here beefing. And I know one of the dudes in real life and the other one I just know from Xbox. So we are here arguing about, is it a must-win game and shit like that for the Lakers. So anybody we talk to online, anybody we know we debate with, we're going to have to pull them in for when we have them debates to say who the GOAT and who this and who that. I'm definitely all the way with it. Well, hey, man, that's all I got for today. We got the Celtics in the Heat tonight. We're going to just not really talk about them like that and say, oh, yeah, for sure, the Celtics going to win tonight, just like we did game 1. And I picked the Heat, but I'm like, yeah, the Celtics going to win tonight.
Yep, got the Celtics.
They got to.
They got to.
I just don't think they're going to cover the spread, but we both got the Celtics. We both got the Lakers game 3, or you didn't officially give up?
I got Lakers game 3, yeah.
I got Lakers game 3. Yeah. And I'll make my decision on that afterwards, on game 4 afterwards, but we got to take care of that one first, Lakers. Lakers game 3,
They got to prove something to me right now. Before I get game 3, they got it.
All right, man. We up out of this thing.
Deuces.
I ain't got nothing else, man. Deuces.